Hello, 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 hello. Start going live. Here we are, everyone. Where we're going, yellow duck, start broadcast. It's January 18th, 2022. We're back here with Laura and Reza from Colombia and Toronto, coming to you live. If you're watching us live on our Tuesday and Thursday sessions, we're live right now, and we're going to talk to you about the 6 fastest way for Canadian permanent residency. Right, Laura?
Right. The 6 fastest ways to get your Canada PR. So, hello everyone. Here, I'm going to explain the topic in Spanish too. Hola a todas las personas de habla hispana que se encuentran aquí hoy 18 de febrero a las 5 de la tarde. Bueno, aquí hora Colombia y en algunas partes de Latinoamérica. El día de hoy vamos a estar hablando de las 6 formas más rápidas para obtener la residencia permanente. Entonces, vamos a estar nombrando una por una y explicarlas. Así que primero, pues, le voy a dar el paso a Reza para que siga hablando sobre este tema en inglés.
Perfect. So, thank you, Laura. We're going to have a bilingual session if you're watching a pre-recorded version of this. So later on, the way it works is we're going to talk about the subject, and then we're going to jump into live question answer period right here on YouTube. We are broadcasting live on Facebook and Instagram, but at this point we can only see your comments from viewers on our YouTube channel, which we will respond to you live in this session. So let's get started, Laura, right?
Right, perfect.
Perfect. So here we go. So number 1, what is the fastest way to get your PR is receiving an employer job offer, but when you're doing a labor market impact assessment, it's a PR supported labor market impact assessment, which means you get 50 additional points in your express entry profile. So the way it works is that an employer here maybe is offering you a job, whether you're inside or outside of Canada, doesn't matter. If you have a work permit or you don't have a work permit, it does not matter. If you get the labor market impact assessment, which is based on a PR supported LMIA, these are all processed in New Brunswick, not your local province. You can gain an additional 50 points into your express entry, no matter if you're inside of Canada, outside of Canada, have a work permit, don't have a work permit. So this is probably one of the best ways, because express entry is also a very fast program. So we're going to allow Laura to basically translate that into Spanish.
Yes, sure. Para explicar un poco lo que Reza estaba comentando de las 6 formas más rápidas para obtener la residencia permanente en Canadá, la primera de las opciones es por medio de una oferta de trabajo. Entonces, eso es porque hay varias, y también dependiendo de la ocupación, si es de alta demanda, porque esas ofertas de trabajo cubren esas ocupaciones de alta demanda, y adicionalmente a eso, si un empleador le da a una persona una oferta de trabajo, eso puede sumarle 15 puntos para el sistema de residencia permanente, como el Express Entry, y esos 15 puntos adicionales pueden ayudarle a las personas a conseguir la residencia permanente. Entonces, la primera opción es con una oferta de trabajo, específicamente si está en la parte de LMIA, que es como una evaluación de impacto del mercado laboral. Labor Market Impact Assessment.
Perfect. Thank you, Laura. So just to let everyone know, we will go through our list of fast PR programs, and then we'll go live into our comment section on YouTube. So number 2, we're gonna do that. Number 2 is a business work permit. You're self-employed, you own a business, you can obtain a work permit very quickly and come into Canada to set up your business, a branch or anything, and that can potentially offer employment experience to your spouse or partner, or give you points in express entry either before or after you come into Canada, anywhere from 50 to 200 points, which depends on the size of the investment or that business that you're setting up. So again, just to repeat, A business work permit is very fast to set up your own business here if you're already a business owner back home. And remember, certain nationalities like Mexico or Peru or Chile, Australia, and US, you can actually apply for an investor work permit or business work permit at the border. During COVID, there's restrictions, but you don't even need to have an application with the embassy. However, that's optional. So it's very easy to get a business work permit. So that's another way of coming here and then after or before or during applying through express entry for your permanent residency. So we'll go to Laura for that.
Yes. La segunda forma más rápida para conseguir la residencia permanente es por medio de un permiso de trabajo comercial, se llama Business Work Permit, y eso es cuando una persona es dueño de una empresa o quiere establecer un negocio en Canadá. Entonces esta forma de conseguir la residencia permanente es mucho más rápida y aparte de eso, por esa inversión dependiente también de la inversión, de cierta forma se pueden conseguir de 50 a 100 puntos. Entonces eso va a sumar bastante para conseguir pues, lo que es la residencia permanente de forma rápida. Adicionalmente hay algunas nacionalidades que tienen ventajas con lo del permiso de trabajo comercial. Y es que algunas nacionalidades como México, Chile, Australia o Estados Unidos pueden obtener un permiso de trabajo como persona de negocios directamente en la frontera o solicitarlo a través de la embajada. Entonces, esos países tienen el beneficio de poder como conseguir ese permiso de trabajo muchísimo más rápido y ya estableciendo un negocio para sumar puntos para la residencia.
Perfect. Thanks, Laura. So here we go, folks. Number 3 to gain access to permanent residency is if you are inside of Canada and you do not have a work permit or study permit, converting to a study permit or work permit, which might take 3 to 6 months, and preferably if you're studying, to study at a graduate level post-secondary, like a master's, for example. And that would be a very good way, fast way of going from a visitor inside of Canada to potentially a study permit holder graduating to a PR, or a work permit holder who will gain Canadian work experience and be potentially eligible for PR afterwards. So that was number 3. Laura's gonna explain that in Spanish for us.
Sure. La tercera opción, quiero igualmente retomar la primera opción, es por medio de una oferta de trabajo. La segunda es estableciendo un negocio en Canadá. Y la tercera opción es ya sea convirtiéndose en trabajador o estudiante desde el interior de Canadá. Igualmente hay que tener en cuenta que esa conversión puede tomar de 3 a 6 meses y la idea es que cuando se convierta preferiblemente en un estudiante empiece a estudiar programas de posgrado como una maestría o algo por el estilo, que esos programas van a servir después para aplicar a la residencia. De hecho en el cuarto punto vamos a estar explicando más a fondo eso, pero preferiblemente se estudian programas como posgrados, los puntajes que se van a sumar van a ser mucho mayores.
Perfect, thank you, Laura. So we're gonna jump into number 4, which is studying at a postgraduate level, post-secondary institution in 3 provinces. 3 provinces inside of Canada allow international students who graduate from a graduate level studies like a master's, for example, or PhD, to apply directly for permanent residency. And that would be one of the fastest and best ways to convert to PR without any work experience or a job offer. So that, and those 3 provinces are Newfoundland, Ontario, and British Columbia. Go ahead, Laura.
Okay. El cuarto punto, la cuarta forma más rápida es estudiar un posgrado en 3 provincias específicas de Canadá, porque es un programa directo de residencia permanente a través de esos programas provinciales. Entonces, las provincias que tienen como que ese programa directo, si se estudia una maestría, son Newfoundland, Ontario y British Columbia. Aquí ya la forma es directa por medio de la provincia, mientras que en el punto 3 lo que se hace es sumar puntos para aplicaciones ya por medio de puntos.
Thanks, Laura. So number 5, what's the easiest way or the fastest way to do the PR is applying to sponsor your family member as a spouse or partner or conjugal partner, or even your children, dependent children, inside or from outside of Canada. Usually the timeline is 8 to 12 months. If you're inside of Canada, the spouse or partner could be eligible for a work permit. If you're applying from outside, you can wait till the final PR is processed before arriving. So that was the number 5 in terms of the fastest ways to actually get your permanent residency here in Canada. Laura, go ahead and explain to us.
Okay. El punto número 5, la forma número 5 para conseguir la residencia permanente es por medio del patrocinio familiar, o bueno, en inglés vendría siendo family sponsorship. Este patrocinio se puede hacer tanto dentro como fuera de Canadá y con o sin permiso de trabajo. En este caso, ya una persona tiene que tener la residencia permanente y ya con esa residencia permanente puede hacer que un familiar, ya sea el padre o el hijo, o el esposo, la pareja en ese caso, vengan a Canadá por medio de la residencia permanente, pero eso sí hay que tener en cuenta que este proceso dura bastante, en cierta forma, porque es de 8 a 12 meses para conseguir la residencia permanente. Eso en circunstancias normales. Ya en cuanto a ahorita cómo nos encontramos, sí pueden tardar mucho más tiempo.
Perfect, Laura. Thank you. So, let's go to number 6. Express entry. Like everybody knows, express entry, and the name also describes it, is one of the fastest ways in obtaining your permanent residency. However, it does require eligibility criteria, and it's very competitive. So if you are over the age of, let's say, 32, 33, you do not have a master's degree, you do not speak English and or French, and you don't have a high score, and you have no decent work experience, it will be very difficult. But if you do have all the eligibility criteria to get high amount of points in express entry, whether locally with Canadian experience or from outside, the processing time is 2 to 6 months for inside of Canada. For outside of Canada, pre-COVID, it was 6 to 12 months, depending on your nationality. Okay, so express entry is the number 6 and probably one of the fastest programs out there, where you can just apply as a skilled immigrant without a job offer, without, you know, a lot of the other criteria for other programs. Go ahead, Laura.
Okay. La última forma para conseguir la residencia permanente de manera rápida es el Express Entry. Ya creo que pues la mayoría de personas saben qué es el Express Entry, que es un programa que es del sistema de puntos. Y en este caso, pues sí es uno de los más rápidos. El problema en este punto es que sí tienen unos criterios de elegibilidad y también es muy competitivo conseguir la residencia permanente por medio de esto. De hecho, prácticamente se requieren cumplir ciertos requisitos, como tener el idioma de inglés y el francés, un alto nivel educativo, en su preferencia una maestría, tener gran cantidad de experiencia laboral y otros aspectos más. Entonces, por eso, aunque sea uno de los más rápidos, también suele ser uno de los más complicados debido a la alta demanda y pues a los perfiles altos que buscan. Esto durante el 2021 fue de 2 meses a 6 meses el tiempo para conseguir la residencia en Canadá, pero pues en 2022 sí todavía no han abierto el programa federal de trabajadores calificados, que es el Federal Skilled Worker, entonces tiende a demorarse un poquito más debido a que no se han abierto ningún sorteo por el momento.
Perfect. Thank you, Laura. So those were the 6 points, everyone. Thank you. If you're watching a recording of this video, remember we're online every Tuesday and Thursday. Thursday mornings, local time in North America, and Tuesday afternoons, 5 p.m. North America Eastern time. Next week, we're going to do a video about the predictions about Canadian immigration for 2022. So make sure you don't miss out on that, because we're going to tell you what we believe the changes will be with Canadian immigration programs for this year. Again, we do have a bilingual session, so you can ask your questions or post comments in Spanish and or English. Laura, are you ready to go into the questions in the comments?
Yes, currently I saw a question on Facebook related with the fast ways for the PR, so I don't know if you want to hear this question.
Sure, sure.
Yes, okay. The question was made by Fabia Marcondes. She said that. Hi, Reza and Laura. Hope you are doing great.
Yeah.
Regarding number 4, did Newfoundland, Ontario, and British Columbia accept PR applications from master doctorate graduates in any knowledge areas or only in specific areas like healthcare and engineering?
Yeah. So that's an excellent question. Thank you. Basically, for Newfoundland and BC, it's very specific on the subjects, right? So the schools are defined, the subjects are defined. And in BC, the programs are very specific. In Ontario, they're general. Only the school is defined, not the program. So that was an excellent question, and I hope I've answered that question clearly for them.
Okay. I want to say that in Spanish too, because I think that it is important.
Sure.
Hubo una pregunta que nos hicieron en inglés, está relacionada pues con todo lo que estamos hablando de las formas rápidas de conseguir la residencia permanente en Canadá, y es sobre el punto 4 de estudiar un posgrado en alguna de las 3 provincias que son Newfoundland, Ontario y British Columbia. Entonces la pregunta dice que si uno puede estudiar cualquier maestría o doctorado en cualquiera de estas áreas o tiene que ser en alguna específica área. Entonces la respuesta a esta pregunta es que tiene que ser, o sea, si es en British Columbia o en Newfoundland, sí hay unas específicas áreas y unos específicos programas, pero lo que es en Ontario sí es a nivel general, las maestrías a nivel general.
Perfect. Thank you, Laura. Are there any other questions that you want to mention about Facebook or Instagram, or should we go into the YouTube now?
I think that we can go in YouTube. No.
Okay, perfect. Here we go. So we got Najat Hassan saying hi from Calgary. Hello, Najat. And when I mention your name, just to communicate back to us that you're there, you're watching, and you can just press the like button so we know you're there. So Najat Hassan, how are you? Thanks for watching us from Calgary. Bedros, how are you, Bedros? Hi, Reza. As I've recently learned that my application was refused because I was deemed to be an economic migrant based on my nationality by the visa office at Abu Dhabi. I just want to ask if getting a visa and traveling to Schengen countries or even the US would help me in the case of applying again for a study permit. So I'll explain to you this, Bedros, okay? Regarding your question, first of all, the fact that they explained that they thought you were an economic migrant is great, because usually they don't even write that. That basically means they think you will come here and apply for refugee status, okay? Usually they don't even write that. So that's good that they wrote that. Yes, you can rectify this issue by creating more travel history, better financials. Going to the US would be great, but be careful. The US will see your Canadian refusals. So if you do go to the US and Schengen, I would say start with Schengen, then go US, and then look at reapplying for Canada. So I hope that's answered your question. We've got Lainel Poniente watching from Kuwait. Hello, Lainel, and hello back to Kuwait. Laura, why didn't you say hello to Lainel in Spanish? They're in Kuwait. I don't think they have a lot of Spanish speakers, but we should say hello to them in Spanish.
Hello in Spanish is hola. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Is hello, how are you today?
There you go, folks. We are offering a 2-for-1 today, immigration and Spanish lessons. So here we go. Next question. Najat Hassan is asking, how long does it take to get a Canadian visa after paying for the request for RPRF, request for passport payment under family spousal application, residency permit, right of landing, I believe. Application now is in Egypt visa office for more processing. Well, it depends. You can write a permanent. You can apply for at the beginning of your application, which will have no effect on the processing speed. If you did not pay for that at the beginning of your application for spousal sponsorship, and they've requested it now, well, within the next 3 to 4 months, hopefully the application would be processed. So it depends on the application. The next question. Hello, sir. So it's Anirudh Mittal. When I say your name, folks, please press the like button, because so I know you're there if I'm answering the question. So Anirudh Mittal saying, hello, sir. Since outland spousal open work permit is no more being processed and the visitor visa for spouses are refused mostly, what are the options for reunification with spouse in Canada? So Anirudh, it's a great question, but please keep in mind that they are being processed, but each case is different. By the way, thanks for the like. So there are refusals, but there are approvals. Okay, so it's not as easy as before. It's just more difficult, but they are processing spousal work permits and visitor visas. We've done them regularly. Okay, so next question, Laura. So it says, hi Reza, Lainel is asking, I've been waiting for my temporary work permit for almost 10 months. Do I follow up already to web form this matter, but as of now, still no response? Reapply, Lainel. That's what I would do. To be honest with you, 10 months, I would not wait for so long. What do you think, Laura? He should reapply?
Yes, I think that she will reapply.
Yeah, it makes more sense. So Jay is asking, hi guys, I'm Jay. I have an ITA. I was in express entry. I was requested to represent proof of funds. I had earlier transferred my funds into my Forex account, which is the foreign exchange account, held in my Forex account. Upon the latest request, I reconverted it back into my native currency. Will I require additional documents to my bank statements? Basically, you could have kept it in your foreign exchange account as long as it was under your name, right? You didn't have to convert it back, actually. But if you converted it back, just show the statement from your foreign exchange showing that, hey, I moved the money out, invested, brought it back. So they know you did not borrow it from a family member or friend. Great question. And yeah, any comments, Laura, on that one?
No, I don't have any comments on that one.
Okay. So we're going to do the next question. Diane Nelson says, hi, Reza. Do you recommend applying for provincial nominee program via express entry and applying for school simultaneously, or should I wait in the pool before I explore the school route? Well, it depends how many points you have, what your occupation is, which province you're looking at, Diane, right? So if you don't have those figured out yet, or you're not sure if you'll be selected, how many points you have, then I would say look at the school route simultaneously. But if you have high number of points, or you're in an in-demand occupation for a specific province, or you have family ties in the rural regions of Canada, well, you can wait in the pool. So it really depends on your case, but great question. We're going to jump into a spousal open work permit question. Buzz 2020. Remember, when I say your name and your question, read it out loud. Please press the like button so I know you're there. Buzz 2020 saying, I applied for a spousal open work permit from the UAE, but no answer yet. As you know, they are very slow here. Of course I know. However, as my wife's study permit will expire soon, can she add me on her file while applying for a study permit extension in Canada? If you're outside of Canada, no. She's inside doing a renewal. Your application is different, right? Your application will be dependent on her, but it's better that you apply separately. And in case it's taking longer than 6 months, I would consider web form, email, reapply. That's what it is. Web form, email, reapply. That's like a WER. So let's go. Next question. Oh yeah, Diane saying, the plan is to go to school irrespective of me being successful via express entry. How long should someone wait in the express entry pool before exploring other options? Again, Diane, if you don't have enough points, I would just say go with the school. If you've got less than 445 or 50 points as a federal skilled worker, go to school. Forget it. Don't wait around too long. Nasreen says, hello, Reza June. Hello back, Nasreen. Nice to see you online.
Hello, Nasreen.
Channel, okay. Channel is saying, could you talk more about the direct stream for PR for international students in Ontario? Channel, what we can do is I can make this request to our office and we can discuss this, in the coming weeks. Basically, it's a provincial nominee program. You study at a master's, graduate level, or PhD, and you can enter the pool. And what we can do is we can do a session in the coming weeks and look at the points matrix for the provincial nominee program in Ontario graduate stream. So great question. Almond says hi, I think, so I'm going to say hi back. Mohammed Shiraz. The question is, I applied for a visitor visa under family reunification about 3 months back through an old portal. Should I reapply through the new portal? Yes. Correct, Laura? Was that the right answer?
Yes, correct. Actually, you can go to the live for the Tuesday because we make a live explain about the new portal, so you can go there too.
Perfect.
After this streaming.
Yeah, perfect. So let's. That's Mohammed Shiraz. Okay. We've got Bankole is asking a question. When I read your name and question, please press the like so we know you're there. Hello, sir. I resubmitted another visitor visa on October 30th, 2021. Till now, no reply from IRCC. Please, what can I do it again, sir? Don't reapply anymore. Make sure your vaccination certificates are there and included. Start sending the embassy emails every 10 days. Okay? Make sure your subject line has your UCI application number and say, something about your family being in Canada, just checking on them. Okay? Thanks, Buzz and Najat. I've seen your hands. So, okay, perfect. So, Najat Hassan says, wow, I'm excited now. All is left for him to do his medical and interview. I hope that he gets his visa in 3 to 4 months or sooner. That will be really great for me and our little one. If they're going to do an interview, Najat, it will take longer. Some cases are processed without interviews. If they will do an interview, that means they've got doubts about the application. So remember that. Be careful. Buzz 2020 saying many thanks for your advice, Mr. Reza. No problem, Buzz. Me, Laura, and the rest of our colleagues are here to help everyone out. We've got another question, a good one, folks. Giri Diatmika. So press the like button if you're there, Giri. I have a job offer from a New Brunswick with positive LMIA and supporting PR. What is the best program and what is the fastest way to get PR since my English skill is not so good? IELTS 4, okay, reading 4, listening 4, writing 5, speaking 6. You need 5. If you gain Canadian work experience, you can use that job offer an LMI and Express Entry. But if you don't, I would say look at going through the provincial program. Your profile may not be the best right now, Giri, for Express Entry. And also you said that you only have high school. It depends on your occupation, Giri. You can always send us an email through the office. Laura's there, I'm there. And tell us what that occupation is, because with your case, I think it's a bit peculiar. So I'd like to give you some advice separately on that. If you're like going on a farm, it's a technical or a trade, we'd love to help you out on that one. Najat Hassan, thank you so much. May God bless you all for the video and answering your question. Shukran in Arabic, meaning thank you. Yes, shukran. Thank you, Najat. So Laura, we're learning Arabic today as well, plus Spanish, which is good. Benkole Adola says, thank you so much, boss. Thank you. Gabby Romero Cortez, great question. Is there a program to come to Canada as a doctor? Yes, there are, but typically most of these programs are designed for doctors from English-speaking countries like UK, Ireland, US, Australia. From Latin America, it's not so easy. You'd have to come and take the re-examination. So I know for most doctors that's not really the greatest option. Okay, perfect. Jay saying hi again, guys. Thanks for the earlier response. As a follow-up, if I get $100 from my sister for my proof of funds, is it best also to declare it as a gift? Well, $100, I don't think they're worried about $100, Jay. They're not going to ask about that. But if they see like $10,000, $13,000, or $5,000 coming in suddenly out of nowhere, that's going to be questioned. That's going to ask for justification. And remember, every officer is different. You've got some officers who are very picky. You've got some officers who just want to go home to their families and approve a couple cases and refuse a couple cases, right? Right, Laura?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Perfect. So, Laura, tell us, where are you going to go study in Canada?
When?
Where?
Where? On New Brunswick. I will study there.
Perfect. So everyone who's there in New Brunswick watching, Laura will be in New Brunswick next year studying. And remember, folks, our office will help you with admissions, work permits, LMIA, study permits, visitor visas, permanent residencies, express entries, spousal sponsorship, startup visa, business immigration and investment, and business plans. Anything and everything that has to do with Canadian immigration, our team in our office here in Toronto can help across the 10 provinces and the 3 territories up north. And if that's it, then we're going to wrap up, Laura. Anything else, Laura, that we missed today?
I was looking Instagram and I saw a question.
Yeah.
The person was Sophia. She said that why are some federal skilled worker 2021 are getting PR now?
Not yet, Sophia. So wait for a few months. They will start processing. Maybe 2 to 3, 4 months they should start processing. Okay? Makes sense?
I will let you know if she answers.
Yeah, no worries. It's fine. So Channel is saying, could you guys do a video on the direct international student PR stream for Ontario next week? We'll make that request to our producers at the office, right? And yeah, you heard it, everyone. We're going to hopefully do one next week. So if you're listening, folks, we're going to do one next week. But tune in, folks. Next week is going to be a great video about our predictions on Canadian immigration. And if you've been watching us over the last 6 to 8 months, our predictions are pretty good. I don't want to brag, but we have pretty good predictions, right, Laura?
Yeah, you are right. We have really good predictions.
Yeah. So Diane says, yeah. Diane is reinforcing. I mean, basically, she's voting for Channel's suggestion to do a Ontario PR international student stream video next week, and we'll do that. So we're gonna sign off, Laura and everyone. This is the drink I'm gonna have now. I don't know if you can see it. It's a big drink.
Yes.
And don't worry, folks, it's non-alcoholic because I've been talking all day. And Thursdays, by the way, is mornings, 9 a.m. Okay? So we're here. So Laura, you can mention also in Spanish. We're here Tuesday afternoons, 5 p.m. North America East Coast time. Thursdays, 9 a.m. So we've changed it around a little bit. Okay?
Okay, but first, Shannon have a question. What will the live stream on Tuesday be about? What is the topic for the Thursday?
It's about not having language, any language requirements in terms of if you don't have the language eligibility, how will you apply for Canadian immigration if you do not have language ability? Like, an IELTS, a high IELTS or a TEF, French equivalent, what options do you have, right?
Right. Okay, I will explain that in Spanish too.
Okay.
Bueno chicos, ya estamos dando, pues estamos finalizando el directo de hoy. Les comento que ahora cambiaron los horarios y tenemos los directos los martes a las 5 de la tarde, los martes a esta hora, y los jueves por la mañana, por ahí a las 9 de la mañana. Entonces, hoy el tema fue 6 formas para conseguir la residencia de manera rápida. Pueden verlo ya cuando terminemos el directo, pueden verlo completo y explicamos las 6 formas. Y el tema para el jueves va a ser acerca de los programas de inmigración que pueden tener en cuenta las personas que quieran emigrar a Canadá, pero que no tengan un buen nivel de inglés. Entonces, ese va a ser el tema del jueves, ya saben, martes por la tarde y jueves por la mañana.
Thank you, Laura. And Chano was saying you guys are doing an amazing content. I'm a real fan. Keep it up. Thank you, Chano.
Thank you.
And last question, Bankole says, what's going on with IRCC? I don't understand why my application has no reply. I have to submit another one, still now nothing. It has to do with the region and the embassy you're applying, Bankole. They're probably pushing back on applications from there, maybe because of COVID. Najat Hassan says, you two are amazing. You don't know how much we appreciate your live videos. No problem, Najat, but remember, if 3 to 6 months your spouse's application is not decided on, don't blame us. But again, I would say over the next 3, 4, 5, even 6 months, you will see some traction, some responses, a decision. But again, interviews are bad for spousal sponsorship because it means there's a point in the file that they're not comfortable with. So remember, as long as you can avoid the interviews, it's great for spousal sponsorship. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Laura. Let's say goodbye to everyone in Spanish and English then, yeah?
Ciao a todos. Bye bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye now. Hold on. Let me see how we can cut this off. Stuff.